Happy full moon in Sagittarius. I am the intuitive Empress. This is my first video for my YouTube channel. Most of my videos have only been for my private reading clients. I offer daily meditations on Instagram at the intuitive Empress, and my website is theintuitiveempress.com. I love full moons. I'm shuffling the cards now. I'm a Cancer and my moon is in Pisces. So I really relish this energy. The spread I'm using is from the Labyrinthos blog. I might be saying that wrong, but they are the creators of the Golden Thread Tarot, and I really love their website. And it asks for us to pull the Temperance card out. I've prayed over the cards, and it wants us to ask 4 questions. What deserves more of our compassion? What part of ourselves do we need to expand? Where should we direct our energy? And what is our true purpose for this cycle? So this is a collective reading. And I'm not an astrologer by any means. I'm learning every day. But from what I can gather and what I've studied and what I've heard from other studied astrologers is that this moon in Sagittarius is about expansion. So, as always, you know, everything on our journey is about evolution. So let's see what the cards have to say. The first card that we're getting. What deserves more of our compassion? The Queen of Pentacles reverse. What part of ourselves do we need to expand? The Ace of Pentacles reverse. So a lot of earth showing up. Where should we direct our energy? Justice. And what is our true purpose for this moon cycle? What is our true purpose for this moon cycle, Spirit? The Magician. Okay. So if you are not new to tarot, you know that this is a lot of energy, and this is all major arcana, which makes sense because this full moon is all about growth and expansion. So what deserves more of our compassion? The Queen of Pentacles reverse. It says the Queen of Coins on these cards. This is a starter tarot deck that I love. That's what it's called. And if you're wanting to learn to read tarot, I definitely recommend it. I can read cards. I have other decks. I can read the traditional Rider-Waite deck without, you know, the explanations. But for some reason, I just love this energy, and my clients love it from this deck. But the Queen of Pentacles reverse is basically, we need to be easier or not so tough on ourselves as far as our abilities to manifest more money. How we've managed money in the past. We have either overspent, we haven't been good stewards, we have been honest with ourselves, with our debt collectors, even maybe running up credit. We need to be more compassionate with ourselves, because everybody makes mistakes with managing money. But on the flip side of that, where do we need to expand? While we're being gentle with ourselves, while acknowledging our mistakes, we also need to be accountable, and we get the Ace of Pentacles reverse. Because we've had money, we've had opportunity, and in many cases, we've squandered it. And so when we're looking at expansion with this full moon in Sagittarius, we really need to be thinking about a way forward. How are we going to manage our money in the future? We actually need some systems in place, because money is energy. And, you know, we talk about the law of attraction, manifestation a lot on my Instagram, on the daily, you know, the manifestations of abundance and the meditations that I do. But the thing is, if you get the opportunity and you don't know what to do with it, or you know better but you don't do better, that's a problem, because you're taking your blessings for granted. And that's where we need to really expand, to be able to make what we manifest last, create longevity, so that we're more peaceful and we're better able to create a life that we want, because we're not constantly in a state of financial insecurity. And so that's not about being rich. That's about being satisfied with what we have and using our resources in a very wise way, so that we're not lacking. Because what this tells me is that we've spent money on things that we think we need to make ourselves feel better, but they're not actually investments in ourselves. So that's where we need to expand, looking at our past money spending habits and creating a way forward. And that's not necessarily budgeting, because I definitely believe in abundance, but it is about priorities. So that's where we need to expand. So where we should direct our energy is justice. And of course, with this Libra energy that the Justice card is, and balance, we really need to, it's like two sides of the coin here, the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles reverse, really turning this upside down with the Justice energy. Look at the difference that is. If we use logic, discernment, and balance, have the right intentions, do things that we know are for our better and our highest and best good, this is magical. This is manifestation done right. Not constantly having to ask the universe, ask spirit, ask Almighty God for a bailout. Just please, I need this, I need this. When you have this justice energy, when you have that balance, you're now asking spirit, what's my next step? What's the next part of my destiny? What's my next vision? What are my bigger goals that's going to create a legacy for my life? And not just living month to month, just barely scraping by, okay? So you really need to focus on that justice, that balance, implementing your advice, setting standards and laws that you live by, that you don't break, because they're your standards. And your true purpose this cycle is to become the magician. And it's just what I said, that when you apply that justice energy, it's magical. I mean, that is what you're supposed to learn here in this full moon in Sagittarius, this next moon cycle that's coming up. So, for the next day, really thinking about what you're going to manifest and how you're going to do it this time, and thinking for the long term, thinking about what you really, really want for yourself, not what the world wants or what you think you need, because you've done that before. Now it's really about being honest with yourself about the vision that you have for your life, even if it's uncomfortable, even if that means a shakeup in what you're doing on a day-to-day. This is where you're going to grow. This is what's happening for you in this, this next 30 days, this next moon cycle, is you really getting in connection with the magician inside of you. And really, to me, This is what makes you a good business person, a good entrepreneur, a leader at your job, a sales, business development, salesperson, a manager. You are going to have or learn to have more confidence because you're believing in yourself. You're knowing what you're able to manifest. You know that you're in control of your destiny, and that's where you're going to expand. That's what this full moon is going to bring you. So my guidance for this full moon in Sagittarius is to be honest with yourself about who you want to be and what you don't want to repeat. So we're breaking cycles. We're breaking cycles of mismanagement of our blessings. We're not beating ourselves up about it. We're just holding ourselves accountable in love and honoring what our destiny is and how divine we are and what our purpose is. And I love that this spread asked us to pull the Temperance card first, because this is basically adjustment, working with what you have, regardless of the mistakes you may have made in the past, making the most of it in a soft, feminine way. So embodying this divine feminine energy from this moon, mothering yourself to let yourself know that you'll do better next time. And you will. And I've really enjoyed this reading. If you did too, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And follow me on Instagram at theintuitiveempress.com. Thank you for watching.